Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We certainly are. And we want to say hello to a few friends as we come on this morning. We love you guys more than you know. I hope you had a great Father's Day. And Lynn from Aurora. And Andrea and Mike from Norland. Sandy, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. And let me see, Rosalinda, Niagara Falls. Brahim, there is my friend from Portland, Oregon. Kevin from Oshawa. Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Rosa, Montreal. Janice, how are you? From Brampton. Fran, Orangeville. Dear friends to this program. Nellie, Doc McEwen, West Tennessee. How are you, my dear? And Frances Marie. Marilyn, PEI. Good morning. Georgie, how are you? In Halifax, Nova Scotia. Cecilia in Manitoulin. Diane, Thunder Bay. Bruno. Rita, New Brunswick. Frida, how are you? Diane, LaSalle. Nick, from our staff. Sandy, Chilliwack, British Columbia. Tina, how is you? Shirley. And Chaz, how are you? Bonnie. And Karen, Innisfil. Another Karen from Coldwater, how are you? And Pat, I think, Nativity, the sun is out. Yeah, sun's out here, beautiful day. Sylvette in Hearst, how are you? Cheryl, West Virginia, that would make me sing. Gary, Brandon, Sherry, I want to sing too. Mara, Windsor, Donna, Park Hill, Margie, Linda, St. Jude, Quebec. Eod, how are you? Connecticut. Helga from Scarborough. Brenda, a couple of more guys. Bancroft. And Barbara. Francis. And Kitty. And Gloria from New York. How are you? Elaine, nice to have you on this morning. Kristen, Saskatchewan. Lorraine, how are you? John, Elgin, Illinois. Edith. And Arlene, we love you dearly. Brendan, good morning. And Patricia, having her coffee. I had mine this morning. Denise, Veronica. And Arlene, saying hello to Elaine. And Rachel in Wisconsin, Carol. And Donna from Newfoundland. Bonnie, Little Britain. And Serpa. I was Serpa. I was waiting on you. Come on. Milika said I missed her. Donna and Nativity. Teddy. Gertie, how are you? Arlene, we love you. Elaine, saying hello. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Hi, Annette. And one more. Here we go. Wanda, I was waiting on you. Wanda from Virginia. Olga, how are you? Good to have you on with us, Olga. We appreciate it. Olga's been on with us for several years. Elaine, good morning. Okay, let's get to a few studies, or let me see here. Okay, so I'm just reading a study on growth hormone. Okay, now HGH, human growth hormone. You know when you produce the most growth hormone? When you sleep. When you sleep. We always talk about it. Sun, steak, steel, and sleep. Sleep's important, isn't it? Sleep is important, guys, for a lot of things. When you sleep properly, your cortisol is regulated, which is a big, big issue. We talk about it almost on a daily basis, the side effects of high cortisol, which is never meant to be. Cortisol should be cyclical, and it should follow their circadian rhythm, and it should be going down at night. So when you're getting a good night's sleep, your cortisol is really one of the, I always call it the low-hanging fruit of cortisol. What do I mean by that? It's easy. Well, let me rephrase that. It's never easy to get a good night's sleep if you know what I mean. Like people that have trouble sleeping. But what I mean is that, like, people ask me all the time about cortisol, and okay, what do I do? Well, if you can get a good night's sleep, that helps big time. But also when you're sleeping, it's a time when your body regenerates. Now, I've talked to you about your brain specifically, the self-cleaning oven of the brain. Okay? You got a self-cleaning oven up there. Beautiful. But it only works when you're sleeping and not when you're sedated when you're sleeping. Okay? So that's important. Your liver. It is the most important organ that you have for detoxification. When works all day long. But the night shift comes in of detoxification night shift when you're sleeping. Okay? So cortisol, regeneration, brain, the rest of the body, the blood gets filtered out, especially at night, cleaning for heavy metals and toxins. Important, isn't it? And then the other one is human growth hormone. Your body ability to regenerate and make human growth hormone. Okay? That's important, guys. It's important for all your hormones. It's important for men for testosterone. Ladies for balance between estrogen and progesterone. Human growth hormone. You want it for your skin. You want it for your muscles. You want it for your bones. Human growth hormone. When do you regenerate the most? At night. When you sleep. Very important. Okay? Now, one thing that I was mentioning this to the other day to someone that was asking me about sleep, okay? And I want you to make a milkshake. No, I don't. I want you to make a cream shake. What? I want you to make a cream shake. I want you to make your children a cream shake. Not a milkshake, a cream shake. Okay? With Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. I want you to make that because especially, look, in cream, you have saturated fat. Okay? Saturated fat. And saturated fat is a satisfied fat. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it doesn't denature. You can't take that fat and make it bad for you. It's only good for you. I know for years and years and years, and even today, you would have people, I told you the story about a patient. We were just up the street when my office was open from Costco. Every time I drive by Costco, I think of the parking lot. And if the store is open, it's always full, okay? In our hometown, the Costco parking lot is always full if the store is open. It's unreal, okay? That's why I call today's modern liver the Costco parking lot, because liver today is all gummed up with fat, but not saturated fat. It's all gummed up today with sugary fat. What? Yeah. Glycogen. Glyco. Sugar. Sugar fat. What? Yeah, sugar fat. That's how we have so much fat today. I want you guys to make fat shakes. I want you guys to make cream shakes. Not milkshakes, cream shakes. Make them for yourself. Make them for kids. If you want your kids and your grandchildren to do really well, make them a cream shake. Put a few berries in it. Okay? Use that heavy cream. It is so good for them. It's so good for their brain. And I want you to add a scoop of bone broth. Okay? Why? Why? Because bone broth is so good for you. Okay? Because it contains amino acids that regenerate. I'll give you an example. Glycine. Okay? Bone broth contains a lot of glycine. What does glycine do? Well, glycine is a pusher-dusher of human growth hormone. It's very anti-aging, bone broth. You guys know this because of skin, right? You want your skin not to lose its elasticity. Well, it will, but you want to slow it down, okay? You get my age? You want to slow that down. You want to build up your growth hormone. But what I love about bone broth and the amino acids that are in there, you have L-glycine. And glycine is a precursor to glutathione. You guys know what glutathione is. Glutathione is Velcro. Glutathione is your master detoxer. Your liver makes glutathione. But when you take a bone broth and you make yourself and then your kids and your grandchildren, when you make them all fat, saturated fat, cream shake with bone broth, you are helping them to build their growth hormone. Even at my age, you want to build your growth hormone. Men, it elevates their testosterone. When your testosterone in a male goes up, their estrogen goes down. When in women, what that does, it elevates your progesterone. And when progesterone goes up, it balances and negates the extra toxic estrogen. Estrogen is wonderful, except when you have too much, ladies. That'll pack on the wrong type of fat on your body. Estrogen is a growth hormone. Estrogen is a cancer driver of almost all women cancers, plus men's cancer prostate. That's why you want this growth hormone. That's why you want to make yourself a fat shake. You want to make yourself a cream shake. Put bone broth in it. It's so good for your skin. It's good for detoxification, glutathione. It's good for human growth hormone. It's good for your gut. What? Yeah, it's good for your gut. Why? Because it contains another amino acid that is so good for the regeneration of your gut. What? Not glutathione, okay? L-glutamine. L-glutamine. Make yourself a shake for your gut. A cream shake. Okay? I'm telling you. And I know a lot of you use bone broth. You already got the memo. But give it to your kids. Give it to your grandchildren. I'm telling you, if you make a Dr. Martin's perfect smoothie, cream shake, heavy cream, you can use coconut milk if you want, but it's not as good. I'm telling you, it's good. Coconut milk is very good for you. It's full of saturated fat. Okay? And that's one thing that what glycine does too, okay? Glycine is a precursor, remember that, okay? So it really is important for glutathione, but it's also important for metathione. What is that? Well, that lowers your homocysteine. Okay? Homocysteine, okay? I always love the description of homocysteine. You're building a fire. You got a fireplace. Wonderful. Heat your home. The smoke, okay, from the fires going up the chimney and out. Homocysteine, when that's high, it's the smoke damage is coming down. The chimney's not working properly. In your body, your body is, it's an energy machine. That energy breaks down. You got byproducts. You got waste. Well, if that waste isn't escaping your body, that'll elevate your homocysteine. That's a test that I recommend you get. Get your homocysteine checked out. And when you're when you're high in homocysteine, you're usually very low in B12, by the way. B12 helps with that metabolism. Why do you think I want you eating steak, but I want you to make a shake? Now, here's another one that's really important, okay? What does bone broth do? What does glycine do? Okay? Bone broth has a high amount of L-glycine in it. It promotes sleep. It promotes sleep. Take it. Look, you can do it during the day, and that glycine will help you at night. Glycine is important for sleep. Make a fat shake. Make a cream shake. Put bone broth in it. Okay? It's so good for you. And glycine and that fat. Okay? So when you make a shake and you're using heavy cream, okay? What does that do? Well, it's really good for sleep. It helps promote sleep. It helps, you know what glycine does? It actually helps to lower your body temperature. Your body makes glycine, by the way. But you got it, it's like cholesterol. Your body makes cholesterol. But you're sort of responsible for adding the extra cholesterol. Like if you never eat cholesterol, you're not going to drop dead right away. Okay, you won't drop dead right away, but you're really missing out because your body needs cholesterol. I always talk to you about that. God makes 85%. You're responsible for 15%. Your body makes glycine. It does? Yeah, it does. But it doesn't make enough. That's why you got to get the rest of it from food. When you eat eggs, meat, and cheese, when you eat steak, you get glycine. You have bone broth, glycine. You're doing your part. Remember up here, okay, you heard wood. But you know what's supposed to be between your ears up there? Fat. So when you're consuming saturated fat, by the way, all your vitamins, saturated fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, a fat-soluble vitamin, meant to be consumed in food. Vitamin A, you don't hear me telling you to take it as a supplement. You could, but you eat vitamin A. You can eat vitamin D. People say, oh, Dr. Martin, I talked about this on the last Q&A. Wow, you can't get vitamin D in food? Sure you can. Now the problem is, it's the number one way to get vitamin D is the sun. Okay? We all know that, but you can consume vitamin D. You should top it up by consuming it. Eggs, meat, and cheese, vitamin D. Okay? The Inuit, they get it in blubber. The fat-soluble vitamins. Okay? They're not skinny dipping in the sun. They're not getting their vitamin D from the sun. Right? And if you live in Canada, you're not getting it either. In the summer, yes. In the winter, no. And even the folks that live in Florida and Arizona, they give me migraines because they're so scared of the sun. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, saturated fat, glycine in bone broth. Make a shake, guys. I'm telling you, this is one of the best. People talk about health food. This is tremendous. Supports glycine in bone broth, supports a healthy brain. Why? Because it's so good. We talk about this a lot, right? We've been talking about how medicine has really missed the boat on mental health. They really have missed the boat because they always talk about serotonin, and so they have to have meds. I'm telling you, one of the biggest problems in mental health problems, it's a food thing. It's not everything, but it is a lot. The gut, yes. The microbiome, the connection between your gut and brain, no doubt about that. You guys know that. We've been talking about it on this program for years and years and years and years. But one of the connections, and why we see, one of the reasons we see so much mental health problems today is people are not consuming the right fat. Fathead? Not you. Me. Okay? Get the memo? and glycine in the bone broth. It's so good for GABA. A GABA. It's a precursor for that. It's fantastic. I don't talk about bone broth enough. I really don't. How much I love it. I want you to eat it. Eat the fat. Okay? Eat the fat. You ladies that love chicken. You love chicken? Chicken and salad? Well, eat the fat in the chicken. And you're going to get glycine. Okay? It supports a healthy brain, supports sleep, supports your gut, supports your detox by making glutathione and glutamine for your gut and regeneration. Leaky gut needs probiotics. Okay, leaky gut needs probiotics. You got to replace that microbiome. And it needs L-glutamine. Why? Because that repairs the zipper. It repairs that lining between your gut and your blood. You got a little border there. It seals the border between your gut and your blood so that no toxins come into your bloodstream. It's so important. Okay? So why don't you start doing it? Make yourself a shake. A cream shake. That saturated fat in there. Put some bone broth in. I'm telling you, it is so good for you. It's very anti-aging. Builds up your growth hormone. We want that. Again, even at my age, I want growth hormone. It's very, very good for you. Okay. Okay, guys, we got a great week coming up. Okay, we got some wonderful studies. A new study on vitamin D. I just read it this morning. I tell you, there's something new about vitamin D every day. Hey, the sun's out. Get out in the sun. Get your eyeballs. Don't use sunglasses. Don't go look in the sun. Just get in that bright sun without sunglasses, and all you're loading up your melatonin. Don't supplement with melatonin. Load up by getting out on a sunny day and take your sunglasses off. Let those rays come in and build your melatonin. Top it up today. Your body makes melatonin, but you're going to help it with the rays of the sun. Every day, it seems, I get a new study on vitamin D and its importance. Remember, it is a marker of metabolic syndrome. Who says? Me. I put it in there. It's a marker. If you got low levels of vitamin D, you're on the Titanic. And you're in trouble. Find out what your vitamin... Somebody said, I think it was a question, wasn't it on Friday, Q&A? Somebody was asking. Or someone said, it's the first time I ever heard this, by the way, that testing for vitamin D is bunk. What? It's one of the best tests you can do. And unfortunately, most doctors don't even understand it. There shouldn't be an oncologist in the world that doesn't do, first thing I'm going to check you for is vitamin D status. What is your vitamin D status? Because it's going to tell us your all-cause mortality. It's going to tell us whether you have a fighting chance for cancer or not. But they don't do it because they don't read and they're not studying and they're so fixed. They're fixed. They got blinders on. They're fixed in their old thinking and they can't think outside that box. The first thing they should check is the status of your vitamin D, your dehydroxy-25. If it's low, you're a goner. Unless you get it up. When is that going to be part of a protocol for cancer? Don't hold your breath. You guys do it. You know? Anyway, okay. Did you have fun this morning? Okay. Cream up. Cream up. Get your kids and your grandchildren and they'll love it. Make them a cream shake. You know, I went by, just up the street here, driving by, and they said, I think it's Rudy's or whatever. Oh, their milkshakes are to die for. It's right on the sign. And I said, oh yeah? Well, you're using milk, but if you use cream, you don't need any sugar in it, guys. Okay? Even kids, they love it. Put a few berries in there and put some bone broth. They'll thank you later. Okay. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.